FA Cup. Let's talk a bit about the romance of the competition to begin with. When I say FA Cup, what's the first match or goal that comes to mind for you?
Ooh.
Because depressingly for me, it's Di Matteo in the FA Cup final. And considering I'm a Spurs fan, that hurts quite a lot.
I look back at my dad playing in the FA Cup final in 1970.
Wow, nice.
Yeah. And then it went to a replay at Old Trafford. And in the last minute, he got smashed in the back of the net by Peter Osgood or David Webb, and they lost in the last minute against Chelsea. So that's the first. What I always look to.
Were you there for that?
No, I would have been 6 months old probably. But obviously looking back, my childhood was always the Tottenham Ricardo Villa goal at Wembley against Man City. Was it Man City? I think it was. Amazing cup final replay. But there's so many memories of the FA Cup, Gascoigne, free kick, semi-final against all of those, it's magical.
Thank you for picking 2 Spurs goals, by the way.
There you go, mate.
For you then, as a manager, what have been your particular highlights of your career so far when it comes to managing in the FA Cup?
Yeah, I've had some upsets as manager of non-league clubs. I was player manager of Tamworth when I first started. We won away at Bournemouth. We were then in League One, I think. We won. I think we beat 3 or 4 Lincoln, knocked them out. Played Fulham. And when I was manager of Kettering, we played Fulham. We were in the Premier League in the 4th or 5th round of the FA Cup. So as a manager, touch wood, had some decent runs in the FA Cup. But I think I'm due another one. Not had one for a while.
Then you know all about the danger of the FA Cup and the potential banana skins you can get. So, Didcot then, you're at Hewish, obviously a big advantage being at home, but how do you see them, how do you view them? Because you've had a week or so now to get your head around the fixture.
I spoke before the Stoneham game. I've been on the other side of it and I know exactly what the manager or coaching staff will be telling the players. You've got to go there, good start, quiet the crowd down, all of that. I've been there and every right to do that, and that's the way they should do it. I went to watch Didcot on Tuesday night against Merthyr Town. So we're not leaving any stone unturned. Our homework or diligence would be the same as it would be for a league game. So I drove over to Didcot, watched that. They're very unlucky to get beat against a good Merthyr team. They scored a wonderful goal. The right winger, left-footed, scored an unbelievable goal. So I have to be careful of him, and they, like I say, they can feel a bit aggrieved that they didn't get a result.
So their league position, you wouldn't read too much into that, because obviously they're towards the bottom half of the table in the league below you.
I just think the FA Cup, all of that goes out the window. It's a free hit for them, and all the pressure's off them. There's no pressure on them whatsoever. They can come and enjoy themselves, and they'll be saying, let's hope that we catch Yeovil on an off day, we have a good day, and that's what happens when you get FA Cup shocks, so that has to happen.
There's obviously the romance of the Cup itself, but for you guys, I'm guessing, getting through this round, maybe going a few deeper, financially means a lot to you as well.
I think for the club, not so much for me, but it's for us. The FA Cup is a vehicle to earn money, and I don't care what club you are, anywhere in the world, you want to bring money into the football clubs. It makes things easier. So we want to go as deep as we can, and every round you get through, the more money you earn. The bigger games you get, the more crowd. So it's a win-win. So we've got to try and win as many games as we can, and that's going to be the aim.
Obviously, last time out, the game probably was a bit tighter than you would have liked it for the dying moments. Any injury updates? Does suspensions play a role here? Because we're looking at sending off at the weekend, unavailability for this game. I'm guessing, is that the case or not? Because we discussed it after the game. You said you were going to appeal.
It's the National League is like no other. So the National League Premier rules are different to the National League South. So if you get a red card in the National League Premier, you miss automatically the next game. If you get a red card in the National League South, you have to wait 7 days before you miss a game. But if you get a red card in the FA Cup, you miss the next game. If you if you get red carded, if you get an accumulations of bookings, you don't miss the FA Cup. So it's really complicated.
Really complicated.
And how one organisation can have different rules for 3 leagues is beyond me. But going back to last Saturday, I thought we were outstanding for a long period of the game, and we spoke again about officials after the game, and I don't blame the officials. I blame the people that put them there. So that needs to be looked at, because that game nearly turned into a farce through no fault of either club, players, staff, owners. It nearly turned into a farcical situation. It shouldn't happen.
What do you think caused that situation? Is it a case that the rules when it comes to speaking to referees, is it a case where more yellow cards are being handed out now than there was previously? What do you think caused that type of situation?
It's just anarchy. There needs to be a rule. Are we allowed to look at a referee or not? Are we allowed to say hello to a referee without getting booked? Are there referees allowed to tell the players to F off, aren't they? Or it just needs a whole new rip into pieces and starting again.
Would you almost rather favour like the rugby dynamic, where only the captain is allowed to speak to the referee, the players all know that, and that's set in stone?
But that's difficult in the emotion of the game when you're winning 2-1 with 20 seconds to go and the referee gives a penalty. You'd have to be probably saintly to not say something. But we have to get to that stage as a team, that we have to get to that stage. I mean, my biggest job on Saturday was trying to get to the players before they got to the referee after the final whistle. Both managers. They had a player sent off after the final whistle. But we need to get to a situation now where we have to be holy, like we can't tap the ball away, we can't speak to a ref, we can't. But there needs to be consistency for that, so we actually know. There needs to be massive respect for the officials, but they have to earn that bit.
What's the layout and the deal with the appealing of red cards? Because you suggested you were going to.
So we've appealed, but we still haven't heard. So I'm trying to prepare a team for Saturday. We still don't know if Matt Worthington can play. In the National League, the Premier, the hearing is heard straight away. But we have to wait until Thursday night from a game last Saturday to find out if Matt Worthington can play.
So I'm guessing then you're having to come up with a couple of different team plans and hypotheticals.
Yeah, of course.
But still looking forward to the game.
I'm really looking forward to the game. The games at Ewish this season have been really enjoyable. We've had a brilliant atmosphere and togetherness between the players and the crowd, and the whole atmosphere is brilliant. And I just hope the drummer turns up on Saturday.
Otherwise, you're going to have to pick it up.
Yeah. Chairman's told me that I've got to do that as well as coaching the team. So I'm sure he'll be there on Saturday.
Hey,
Mark, do you find that life in general and no specifics is a little bit calmer now? I mean, you're about sort of 10 games in almost to the new regime, and everything seems much more calm and collected. You finding that yourself? We
didn't feel calm with 5 minutes to go or 2 minutes to go on Saturday when we played probably our best football. Yeah, but I think off the pitch things are calm. I think the owner is doing what he does. He's making everything good, like the stadium. We sat in a new media suite now, and we just concentrate on trying to make the football team as good as we can, and that's our part of the deal. And things are going well.
Talking to referees, and I don't want to be provocative, but when you consider that these guys are getting paid for the job, do you think that there should be better understanding of the job that they're doing? Because it seems in some cases that they don't really understand the game at times.
I don't blame them. Like I said, I don't blame the officials. I think it's the people that put them out there and all kinds of models of what they can and can't give. I think the new directive, I get at the start of the season it's new and there's going to be loads of bookings, but there was 9 red cards in our league on Saturday. 9. It's nearly 1 a game. I think our bookings this year in this level are 60% up compared to the National League Premier. So that can't be all about the players. It's got to be it's a mixture of things, but we need clarity. What are the actual rules. If you, like you say, if you look at a referee in a different way, are you going to get booked? Or we've gone from having 13 minutes of injury time to none on Saturday. So in the first half, the referee didn't even put the board up. So there wasn't 1 minute of injury time. So we've gone from having 13 minutes or 9 minutes in our first game in the first half to having no minutes. So, you know, there needs to be consistency, and until we get that, we're going to continue to have problems. But like I say, I want to reiterate, I'm not blaming the officials. It's not them. It's the people that put them out there.
But assuming that, I mean, when you look at the pressure that you managers are under, you know, in football in general, you know, a wrong decision by a referee can cause you to suddenly be out of work.
Of course, yeah.
Well, now, surely, you know, the National League authorities have got an obligation to you guys to back you up and to come up with a set of rules that are sensible and workable.
I sat in a National League meeting, managers meeting, with the guy from the PGMOL, the referees guy, beating his chest, telling us how good the referees were going to be this year, that we're going to demand respect, and anybody, you know, that questioned them was going to get booked. But again, consistency. So one referee we've had this year was the best referee we've had by a long, long way. And I put that in my report and asked, please, couldn't we have him every week? He managed the game with respect, and he addressed the players calmly and correctly, and he got respect back. I think when we always talk about rugby, those rugby officials earn respect from their demeanour, and it has to be a two-way thing. You can't be a referee and in the first minute tell the captain or one of the players to F off, you know, or speak to them in that kind of manner. Otherwise, you're not going to gain any respect. So, yeah, I think it's a shame, but we need to respect the officials, we really do, but we need to give them some help as to them being ready to manage the games that they are.
Now, you say you watched Didcot on Tuesday night. What was their defence like? Because I'm sure everybody's going to be expecting a goal feast again. Any good, or?
They, like I said, that I was pleasantly surprised, and the goalkeeper for Didcot played Swindon when I was the manager, Lee Bedwell. Very good with his feet, a competent goalkeeper. So, yeah, they were well in the game till late, really, really deep in the game, and against the top team in Merthyr. So, yeah, we're expecting a difficult encounter, and it's a big day for them. They'll bring a few fans like Stoneham did, and we have to be so good. We can't win. If we win 4-0, it's not enough. If we draw, it's a catastrophe. If we lose, nightmare. So we just have to, like I said last time, we just have to get through the time.
You're into the fourth. Well, if you win, you're into the fourth qualifying round. I think I'm right in saying, and then obviously get through that one. You're in the first qualifier. First.
It's a few ifs there, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, two. Yeah. But you must be fairly hopeful the way things are going at the moment, though, that you can progress.
Just look at the next game, really. Honestly, you have football. You just look at the next game, because if you lose the next game, the next one becomes massive. So it's just focused, and like I say, we do the same preparation, the same homework that we would do if we were playing a National League game tomorrow. On Saturday we're doing the same. So full respect to Didcot, but we're looking forward to it. You know, we've been really good at home. We've won 4 on the trot, so we should be in good spirits. We are, and we're really looking forward to another real good atmosphere and a good day.
Well, best of luck on Saturday, and hopefully we're through to the next round.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.